guys, welcome to our 4-month diet update. 4 months, which is crazy. It does not feel like it's been 4 months.
Does it feel longer or shorter?
It feels shorter than 4 months. I don't know, for me it feels shorter than 4 months.
I have undecided feelings about this. I can't handle this emotionally right now.
Well, so we just wanted to start with just how much we've lost so far. So do you want to go first?
So this past month I lost 8 pounds, which is less than every other month that I have. But it's a total of 38 pounds, which I can't complain about that. 38 pounds in 4 months. I will take that.
Yeah, and I only lost 8.5, which part of that...
I was so close to beating him.
Part of that is something I'll talk about in a little bit, but my total is 61. So 61 pounds in 4 months. So that's pretty good.
That's crazy.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm in another t-shirt that's new, and
he was able to buy it from Target.
yes, which was really awesome. So yeah, so why don't we talk about a couple non-scale victories?
I always struggle with non-scale victories because I feel like, well, I have a theory. So I still have not been able to like go down in clothes. Like my clothes aren't looking like terrible on me, but I think it's because I was like bursting out of my clothes before we started the diet, so now it's like my clothes are just getting comfortable. But non-scale victories, I guess I really, because one thing I've been struggling with is Eric is like, you could visibly see a lot of things on him, and he's like going down in clothes sizes and I'm not, and I'm like, I'm almost at 40 pounds and I still can't buy new stuff, you know, and I want to buy new stuff. But for this month's like side-by-side photo, so every month we take a side-by-side photo, and when Eric showed me my like, this is your starting weight and this is where you were now, I'm like, oh, my body has changed a lot.
Dramatically.
Yeah. And I guess maybe it's good for our bank account that I can't go buy new clothes, because I just fit my clothes now.
It's good,
and they're comfortable, I guess. Non-scale victory.
It's good for our bank account, but not good for our bank account that I
know.
Because I started a giant list of clothes that I want.
He's the big spender in our family anyway. I'm not the big spender.
Richie Rich over here.
In our dreams.
For my non-scale victory, I will probably have to buy a new belt in probably 2 to 3 weeks, because I keep going down notches and really consistently, so that's really fun. Shirts are fitting better. All of the shirts that I've worn in the past are starting to they're too big now, so I feel weird wearing a couple of them because they just like flap in the wind, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So but yeah, I've noticed this month too that I just feel better in general. He's
feeling good about himself.
Right. I'm gaining more and more confidence. I don't know if it's just by the way I look, or if it's just like knowing that I'm doing such a good job is really helping me mentally, and so like I feel good in that aspect. So that's really fun to see. Hopefully I don't spend too much money on clothes.
It's inevitable.
But yeah, so it's been a pretty interesting month. There's been a couple hang-ups for me. So we went up to Washington for about a week, and I was not as worried about food-wise, and I felt like I did a good job, but when we came back I had not lost any weight, and so I felt like that was kind of a little hiccup, because normally I'm averaging about 10-ish pounds. We have it on the board back here. So I went 21, 16, 13, 8.5, and so that's kind of going down. Now I know from past experience that, you know, I taper out, and usually I'm like 10 to 12 pounds average a month, which is that's fine, that's pretty normal. but I know this one I'm really low because of going up to Washington, and I think I ate too many of the protein bars because I used them a lot when we were on our trip, and so that's one thing that I'm gonna have to think about when we go visit my niece for her nationals tournament in when is it? July? Because I'm gonna have to basically just force myself to either be hungry or I'll have to bring different snacks, like maybe some.
You cannot be hungry.
Pepperoni
it is
sticks
not
or
good.
something. I know.
He gets hangry.
Not as much anymore.
I get hangrier.
She gets. Back before I was doing this diet, I definitely would. I would get a lot hangrier. Like I'd get annoyed pretty easily, and then I'd eat and I'd be fine. Yeah, I'd Hulk it out. I think everything has to do with crashing sugar. Like eating too much sugary things and then crashing a couple hours later and being grumpy. So I don't feel like I'm like that anymore. A little bit.
Yeah. I also had some struggles in regards to the trip that we had. Once again, like the family and then the friends that we visited, they were all so supportive, so kind. We are completely blessed by having so many supportive people, and I really, really appreciate them. But mentally, I don't think I was mentally ready to go on a trip because I was losing it. Like I was stressing out. Like I didn't trust myself to be able to make good choices. So like especially for restaurants, like going out to eat, like man, I ate a lot of Subway because it was on the app, and I never want to eat Subway again. You know, like
she was in her head a lot.
And
she was overthinking everything when she did a great job. I mean, she lost half a pound on that trip.
Yeah, I lost half a pound on, like, and so if you could, my goal was to maintain my weight, but I lost half a pound, so that means that, like, I know how to make good choices, and I will make good choices. So I think when we take this little road trip in July, I hopefully will not stress out so much, because it was hard for me this first one, but now I know how to make decisions, and I know I don't have to worry about overeating either, because I'm doing good.
And the fun thing about this little, because it's just over a weekend. We're going up on like a Thursday and we're coming back on a Monday, and so it's just because the national tournament's over a weekend, and so we're actually, it's fun because my sister and her husband rented a house, and so we're gonna have a kitchen that we're gonna be able to use, so we'll be able to cook and do that kind of stuff.
I might force people to eat my food, so
that's fine with me. I'm sure the kids will love that.
So speaking about that, like towards the end of last month, basically this last week or so, I've been really, really into like trying new recipes and new cookbooks. So I don't know if that's like a non-scale victory, but like I'm getting way into cooking, which is just good for life, you know, because skills with a Z. Yes.
Yeah. So I think this last month had some interesting things happening, and it was one thing that was really hard was this last month, right? It was when we went to Star Wars Land. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was rough for me because man, I really wanted to try all of the things that were there, like the milks and the different snacks and stuff. Yeah, everything that was there, but we were still able to eat on the diet. For me, I'm not sure. It was a struggle. It was a struggle for me because I'm pretty sure what I ate was really sugary, and so I was a little bit worried about that. So I didn't eat as much as I probably could have. But yeah, it's been a pretty,
I think, successful. Difficult, but successful. Like, no big numbers, no big crazy things, but we're just plugging along, and I feel like that's what losing weight is. Like, you just gotta keep making good decisions day after day after day, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a healthy person.
Yeah, and one of the important things I feel like for me specifically is adjusting. Like, seeing the scale as not an enemy, but like as a tool to use in order to help adjust like your diet and stuff. And so like for me, when I'm like, oh, I didn't lose as much as I should have, like then I adjust, say, okay, well this week I'm not going to eat this things, I'm going to, you know, eat these things instead. And usually that helps push me over, because a lot of times people hit a wall or they hit, you know,
because I think you fluctuate a little bit more than me. Like,
oh,
I'm
yeah,
pretty, for the most part, I'm pretty steady in losing like 1 to 3 pounds a week, but he fluctuates a lot more.
Oh yeah, like so this month alone, so week 1 was 0 because we were up in Washington. Then I lost 3, then I lost half a pound, and then I lost 5 pounds. Yeah. So it's kind of all over the place. And part of that is the week I lost half a pound. I'm almost convinced that that's probably not true. That's
do you want to confess about how you weigh yourself?
No, I don't. But I don't. I weigh myself the same every single time.
He weighs himself though on a squishy.
Well, it's just that
on carpet.
There's carpet that covers these tiles, and so I just put it on there. But I've been doing it since the beginning, so
yes,
I want to be
it's consistent. It is consistent.
And I move the scale around to a couple different places, and it's always the same number. So I don't think.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's fine. So anyways, so the week I lost half a pound was probably because I ate too many Quest bars. I had like 5 in a day and a half, and so it was just. Sometimes you find really good ones and you just eat them all.
Like the donut one.
Oh my gosh, the donut ones were good, but now I'm not. I don't like them anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
They taste like donuts. You can only eat so many of them. But anyways, so yeah, so this month was good. It was good. It's fun to see the numbers, and super fun to see the pictures.
Yeah. That's what's helping a lot.
Seeing the progress pictures of, you know, this is where we started and this is where we are now. And I think for me, like, too, it's because I edit the videos. Amy doesn't edit the videos, and so when I see, like, I can really see myself in the video, like, and then look back at some of the other ones, like the first month versus the, you know, this month, it's like, oh wow, there is a huge difference. I'm taking up less of the screen now.
Pick me.
You in the back? Yeah.
In the front.
Oh, sorry,
I'm always in the front.
I'm the one in the back.
Yeah. Anyway, so another thing that I wanted to mention was this was a little bit, I think, of a shift in my mind and how I'm thinking about things. So more towards the beginning, I was like really looking forward to Sunday, because Sunday is the day we weighed in. Like, I really wanted, like, I needed kind of like a reward system, like the losing weight and seeing how much I lost was a reward. And like I would always like wake up early Sunday, go weigh myself and stuff like that. But these past like couple of weeks or so, I would say ever since probably we came back from Washington, like sometimes I'll wake up on Sundays and I'll forget. Like, so I feel like that this style of eating is really starting to become more of, this is just how I live my life, you know? And so I'm not like thinking about losing weight as much. I'm just eating food and living life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's really good.
Thanks.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep on here. We have 2 more months until our 6 months is over, and then we are...
Which, that was our, just in case you forgot, we were having like a 6-month trial period where I was like testing out Weight Watchers to see like, does this work for me and stuff, and I was just going to try it for 6 months. And I will tell you, spoiler alert, I'm not going to stop Weight Watchers until I'm healthy, because it's working for me.
Yeah, it was more of, so in the past we've had a couple times where we've tried this and not exactly done a good job.
No, we did a terrible
failed
job
right away, or we've dropped out pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was also part of it.
I know for Amy, I think it's the 2-month mark.
Yes.
The 2-month mark was where she was always kind of, she'd do it for 2 months and then quit. And for me, it was always a month and a half, maybe. I don't know. But this time we both said, like, let's commit to 6 months without cheating. That way we can just see what happens in 6 months. And obviously, a lot of good things
we're weighing 4 months. I would say 4 months, and I'm convinced.
Yeah, and so our plan now is to take 4 days off for our anniversary. And now I know that we talked about earlier that we aren't using, like, we're trying to get away from like using food as a celebration. But this is our 5th year anniversary.
And we're not going, like, we're
not doing anything. We're gonna stay at a hotel like near Disneyland so that we can experience what that's like, because we've never done that before. And so, well, I've stayed at the Embassy Suites down the street, but not across the street. And so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go to some of the newer restaurants at the parks that we really want to try. Black Tap? No, is it
Black Tap Burger? I think.
Black Tap Burgers that has like the crazy shakes. We want to try that place, and there's a couple other places that we're gonna go for to celebrate our anniversary. And we just feel like, you know, it's fine to do 4 days. We're probably gonna regret it because it's gonna make us feel trashy, but we're also not gonna overdo it. So that's our goal, is to do 4 days and then jump right back on the diets. And for me, that's harder because I have to go through ketosis stuff again. I have to go through keto flu, which is not fun, but it'll be good. And then we're not going to be we're going to be strict, but we're not going to be as strict, like, oh no, we can't, because we have
6 months. We are going to plan our cheat days, basically.
Yeah, we're going to do these in 6-month increments, but this time we have Christmas and Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, and so we're going to have to cheat technically on those days.
I might not on Thanksgiving.
She might not, but I will want some mashed potatoes, and so that's not keto friendly. So we're pretty excited about the last 2 months to see what happens, and my goal is 80 pounds, so we'll see if I hit it or not. Hopefully I do. I only need, 19 more pounds in 2 months, so I think I can do it. So, awesome. Well, thanks for listening, joining, watching. We appreciate the support. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. We will have a lot more of these types of videos and other videos.
Yeah, we have a ways to go, people.
We have a ways to go. We're still learning how to do this too, so. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.